Tammy?
Hey.
Ready for some questions? Not
No.
really. Aerial corpus, what's your opinion on breeding a female when she comes to the heat again after a litter? If the last litter was successful, if she bounced back to normal health very quickly, and you enjoyed the whole process, breed again. If any of those things are not true, think twice about it. Caroline B, question about breeding fluffy carriers. I've bred my female fluffy carrier to another fluffy carrier. Pups 2 weeks today. She has 5. 2 looks visually fluffy. Is that possible? Yes, it is. So the answer is a fluffy carrier to a fluffy carrier, you'd expect to get 1/4 full fluffies. 1/2 fluffy carriers, 1/4 nothing at all. So 5 puppies, you'd expect to get 1 or 2 full fluffies, and that's what you got. Quite normal. But you know the right answer though is you need to test, DNA test, to find out exactly what you got.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto South Kelly Avenue.
MT Mines, you forgot to mention the centrifuge needs to be loaded evenly in weight, otherwise they vibrate very badly. Yes, that's right. So what we're talking about here is when you load up your centrifuge, on the opposite side, make sure you've got a similar weight item there. So what I do is I put my vial with my blood in it to be spun, and no, I keep on going.
It's in there though.
Okay. Did I steer you wrong? It's past Kelly. Laurie Harrison, someone asked about the medication called carprofen. Some veterinarians prescribe this for the next coming days after a C-section. It's an anti-inflammatory and helps with pain and swelling. Okay, there you go. Good. Do you ever give, Amy Scoville, do you ever give females amoxicillin the week before breeding? No, I don't. I don't like giving antibiotics unless you need to, because you're just asking for trouble. You're asking to wipe out good stuff. Get past this. All right.
Turn right onto South Kelly Avenue.
Okay. Go left into it.
Well, I know people that do give antibiotics as they're getting their female when she comes into heat.
Well, I think
Continue on South Kelly Avenue for half a mile.
if you've got issues with a history of inflammation and problems, no, let's tell you what. Keep going. Sorry, folks, got to go look at the map real quick.
Yep, that was it back there.
Nope, it's up here. It's on the right. Keep on going. The next set of lights, not this set of lights, the next set of lights. Let's take that out.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Kelly Point Parkway.
So back to this amoxicillin. So what Tammy says is
Kelly Point Parkway, then turn left.
she knows people who give it. Yeah, we do too, but we don't give it unless there's a known history of having issues, because giving antibiotics willy-nilly without cause is a mistake. So generally I think most vets would say no unless there is a history of having problems.
Turn left. Then
All right, so back to this question about do you ever give a female amoxicillin a week before breeding? And I said not unless there's some reason that you would need to give amoxicillin. I don't like giving antibiotics, and I think most vets would agree. They don't like giving antibiotics without some known problem. So if you've had a history of infection at close to term, that would be an argument to give antibiotics. But just to generally give antibiotics, I would say no now. But that's not, I'm not the vet. So I think that, the first thing is if you're going to give antibiotics, unless you've got them on hand, you're going to be talking to the vet to get a prescription. So talk to the vet about this and let them help you make the right decision. Michael Weezy. So this way you can take your Remington 17. I'm using your whelping system. Thank you very much for getting that. Do I put the puppies on mama every 3 hours, or should I just let them be and eat when they feel like it? Just keep track of their weight. No, I've been right. As one of the so the answer is we put puppies and mum together 24/7 right when they come home, and they are in that environment unless we have a problem with the puppy. We don't separate mum and babies. So then he said another thing here. One of the puppies brought home with congestion, almost as if the vet didn't suck out all the amniotic fluid. Didn't notice they got home. So you're asking how should you get that fluid in the lungs? Well, you've got two ways to get fluid out of their lungs. Then you've got to take Kilpatrick. You've got two ways to get this out of Westmount. One is you use one of those suction things, which is very easy to do in their mouth or in the nose, suck it out. The other one is you can shake a puppy down. When you shake a puppy down, you hold the puppy with its head in your palm of your hand, and then go like this quickly and
have your
smoothly.
2 fingers hanging onto its little head so you don't sling its head off.
Right, so this is a puppy. What Tammy's saying is you put your hand like this so the puppy can't slide out. And then you just, nice, gentle arc. Make sure there's nothing you're going to bash the puppy's head or your hand
Or
on.
you can take the puppy in your hand this way.
Do some bouncing.
There.
And again,
Gentle bounce.
protect his head. You don't want to telescope his head. So yeah, right.
Cup its head.
And Claire 1. I love the content. Well, good. I have a 12-week-old Frenchie girl. Watching your channel makes me all a little less stressful. Good. You've got 1,000,001 questions. First question, how would I go about getting a DNA test? So you go to Animal Genetics. There's other places too, but we like Animal Genetics. You can go Google them, find out how to do this, but you basically order a kit from them that's free for either a blood kit or a swab, and follow the directions, spend a bit of money with them, send it in, get the results about a week after they've got the results, if they've got the DNA sample. What we like to do on young puppies is to remove the dew claws at about 3 to 5 days old, send it off. But if you don't do that, you would say your dog is 12 weeks old, you get a swab kit, swab the mouth, and send it off. Easy to do.
It takes longer to get the DNA back if you wait that long.
Yes, it does. Right. I mean, you've got to
do it as soon as possible. If all the puppies are nice and healthy at 3 days, do it at 3 days.
Yeah, so what you can do at 3 days is you can fill the form out online in 3 days. You have to pay for it. It'll generate a printout. You include the dew clause with that printout, send it off. If you send it off by overnight, then you get it the next day, you get results 5-6 days later. Within a week, you can have results. $74 Hefner, by the way. 2.5 miles. Koozie Exotic Kennels says, I was just asking when you think my next heat cycle for my French Bulldog will be. So typically Frenchies have heat, or most dogs have heat cycles every 6 months, but it's very variable.
6 months is usually your bigger dogs.
So it's very variable, right? So
Like
I've seen dogs that have
7
heat
to 8,
every 4 months,
9 months.
and ones that have it every 2 years. And most dogs have heat cycles between 6 months and a year. Tend to be fairly regular after they've had their first heat cycle. Subsequent heat cycles tend to be fairly regular. And then if you are worried about a dog not coming into heat, it's been a while, what can you do about it? House it with another dog that's in heat. That works great. There are things like PG600 that you can give as shots. I don't recommend any of that
Well,
stuff.
you can have their thyroid checked too. They just keep on not.
Yeah, and look, most of the time the dog's not coming to heat, you just haven't waited long enough. So if you put them with another dog that's in heat, that can help. Don't like the shots at all, but if you've got a dog that hasn't had a heat in 2+ years and you're getting desperate, maybe you go down that road. Or, like Tammy says, go check things like thyroid levels to make sure there's not something whacked in their blood. Michael Marahan just wanted to ask how you treat yeast infection, especially in the ears and the paws. Well,
Which one?
keep
44. Which one? 1
next one.
Up here.
Yeah, next one.
Every
Yeah, next one. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, we're driving.
Always.
Always, yeah.
This is where James likes to do his videos, so I can get lost.
So we're talking about yeast infections and paws and ears. Well, look, if it's in the ear, you need to clean it out, dry it out. There are 2 products you can get, or 2 different problems with ears: mites and yeast. They're treated differently, and you can go get, I think you can go get drops at places like Pet Edge, certainly on Chewy without a prescription. But basically, for the yeast, it's basically a cleaner and a drying agent. So you put some of that in there, you take a Q-tip, you clean it out real well, and get the ear dried out. So that's what you do for a yeast infection. And for the paws, there are medicated wipes that you can put on their paws. And then if they've got it on their paws, it's quite likely that it's some kind of an allergy, possibly. It could be food related, and there's some things that you can do on that. Got any advice on that, Tammy?
Food allergy?
Well, yeast infection, they're licking their paws all the time.
Oh, well, there's some kind of apple spray I've heard before that you can spray on their feet to keep them from licking their feet.
Okay. Right.
But I've heard of people trying to use alcohol to clean their ears. The only time you pour alcohol in a dog's ears is to dry water. Don't use it as a cleaning agent.
Right, go get the right stuff for the ears. So designed for yeast. Right. Little Pickle, Tammy can answer this one. Are there any pups from you guys that are available?
Yes, I have 2 Merle girls, blue and tan, AT-AT, carries cocoa, carries cream. And then I have another little girl that is a blue fawn, AYA, and she carries cocoa and she carries testicles, so she is an Isabella maker. Then I have a little boy that is a blue and tan, AT-AT, carries cocoa, carries cream. And all these are fluffy carriers. Every one of them that I'm saying are fluffy carriers. Then I have one more boy that is a blue sable, ATAY, and you made me turn too early. And he is a fluffy carrier. So please call me at 580-799-1910.
All small, sweet little dogs. 1 litter is 12 weeks old, 1 litter is 8 weeks old.
1 litter is from our stud Mando. And so if you know Mando, he's beautiful.
He's a full fluffy, very pretty dog.
And the mama dog with Mando is, she is a Love My Picasso daughter. And then Love My Picasso daughter, our stud, Love My Picasso. So then I had to make it clear for somebody that thought I was using their dog's name, but it wasn't Love My. So I want to make that clear. Then the other little litter is from Love My Denali. And he's a full fluffy. Both of the daddies are full fluffies. That's why we have all fluffy carriers.
And Mama?
And Mama is, hang on here. No. Daddy is the Love My Denali, and he is a Bad Action son. So he's great. So give me a call about my babies.
And the mum that is it.
And please call me about my babies. I'll text a little bit. I'm not a big fan of texting.
Yeah. But the mum that litter is a Boublier product.
And so just give me a shout. And I would love to visit with you. And then we can set up a FaceTime and you can FaceTime these babies.
Mark Anthony says, I'm choosing a female to keep. What do you look for? I have 4 girls, 7 weeks. 1 blue fawn, the other 3 are blue or lilac Frenchies. Mum's a blue brindle, carries 10 points. The other father's a lilac. DNA test coming. So, first thing is, don't keep the brindle. So there's going to be some brindles in there.
Well, if you're high on 10 points, there's some people that like brindles.
Well, they asked for my advice.
Oh, okay.
So my advice would be don't keep the. I would not keep it a brindle dog. Period. I mean, I get people who complain about this, but I just flat wouldn't get a brindle dog. We worked hard to get brindle out of our lives. Nothing wrong with brindles, but they're just not good as far as 10 points. So don't get a brindle. Get the one with the best structure. That's it. Then the one with the most DNA, but go for great structure. So no brindle, great structure, and then the most DNA you can. And there's your answer. David Schmidt, my husky puppy, 7 months, and his back feet rotate outwards as he walks. He's too old to take them up together.
Yeah.
Is it too late? Well, it sounds like he might have what's called luxating patellas. He may have luxating patellas, in which case that you need to go to a vet and orthopedic guy probably for this. And if you're going to do anything, it's going to cost you money, I think, because I think it's too late to do anything at 7 months that I could fix with braces and the like. But they might be able to do something, but I think you're going to have to go to first off a vet and then get an orthopedic surgeon to get involved in this.
Starving.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope you got some good information out of it. I hope you subscribe to our channel. Brought to you by mybreedersupply.com. We've been in business for over 8 years. We manufacture products to help you have successful breedings, successful whelps, and successful puppies. We've introduced a new subscription service, canineconnect.com. It's a 1-year subscription for $129, and for that you get 2-day free shipping on all of your orders. You get 5% off every order that you place, and you get direct access to our support line to help you with products that you buy from us and general questions about breeding your dogs. It's really a great deal. I hope you subscribe to that. Now the disclaimer. I'm not a licensed veterinarian. I'm not a professional health giver, but I am a guy that's been breeding dogs successfully for over 20 years. Any information you get from my videos is purely at your own risk. If you have any doubts about any of this stuff, you should definitely seek the help of a licensed professional. Again, thanks for watching. Have fun with your doggies. Bye, buddy.